Hi, it's Chris Thomas again. Welcome to my channel. This particular video is going to be about the history of Planet X, but this little segment I'm injecting as in the beginning is about disinformation. And before I talk about disinformation, I want to talk about skepticism. Um, my videos are not for people who are hardcore skeptics. Skepticism is very healthy and very good, but negativism is not. And now, skeptics who are asking questions, this is great, but you have to realize that when you pattern your thinking and your beliefs to establish science, you are doing two things that are affecting your viewpoint. One is that, first of all, you're not determining your own in your own mind. So you have to question everything. It's not just this, not just Planet X. Okay. So the second thing is that when you attach your beliefs to established science, you've become a cog in the wheel. So as I said, you have to do your own thinking. Now, the thing is you have to open your mind to other possibilities in order to understand this massive subject. Planet X, the subject is so deep and broad, it's impossible for even the most intelligent person, and I've met some, over the internet, some very intelligent people that don't see it. And so you have to have an open mind, and you have to allow for the possibility of new things. Now, we have been fed pablum about our solar system and interstellar space for many generations. And now you look at this man here. This man is one of the Nathan Mayer Rockefeller, and is only representational in this is the incredible untold wealth of this family. Now, this is just one family. I don't know how many. There's 10, 15, 20 families that basically control the money supply, which means they control what we are told, and the other side of that is the nasty reputation of the Central Intelligence Agency, so this is just one example of what I'm just using that as an icon for the Planet X cover-up disinformation. Now, disinformation from the government, from these people, takes many different forms. Now, it started sometime back in the 80s, and it was then that discussion of Planet X was quite common publicly. Here you see something probably from about 84. Planet X joined solar system 6 billion miles away. Wow. Well, that was still in interstellar space then. So Planet X sends up Pioneer 10 looking for Planet X right there in the news. Hello. So what are you going to deny that the Planet X exists? And here it is, right in the paper here. All you got to do is these snippets have been, and many others have been on the internet for years. So there you have it, right there. Here is R.S. Harrington, who is this fine gentleman here. That's Harrington. He was the chief naval astronomer in the 90s, probably late 80s, yes, late 80s, and he was killed in 1993 because he was so pro Planet X. Now, so here you see him discussing Planet X. Planet X, the current status, right, and this is right on Harvard University's web servers, and this is the archives, and talks about the history of it, its makeup, all right here. So, but this information here, you can't find this in the news, and you have a lot of denial about the truth about Planet X because there is a cover-up on it today. Now, admittedly, they are beginning to offer snippets of the truth about Planet X, but that is a creeping disclosure that is started a few years ago, very, very subtly. But primarily, you have a huge. Apparently, there are two camps: one that wants to expose the truth about Planet X, and the other slowly, and the other that wants to do complete denial. So, so I'm just explaining disinformation because if you do research, you're going to run across a lot of falsified information. Now, another example of disinformation is this crop circle here. This crop circle is called Woodbridge, and it was laid down in 2004 in England. And I did a piece in one of my earlier newsletter series on this this particular crop circle, and I'll get back to that in a sec. Now, what does crop circle mean? First of all, it is genuine. It's confirmed by Zeta Talk. I'm using Zeta Talk information here. You'll notice in the center what looks like a nuclear symbol. Now, that is indeed what was intended. Now, you'll notice that this represents the sun and its nuclear material, and then you have a massively heavy, thick line around the outside of that, which represents encasement. So what this crop circle is saying is that the sun is perfectly safe from any nuclear explosions or whatever a person's imagination may, or whatever the think tank at NASA can conjure up to scare you into believing that the sun is a threat. Now, the reason they do that is they want to cover up the and hide and have an excuse for the what's happening to Earth now is the occasional massive EMP pulse from Planet X. Its tail is highly charged. Now, I'll be covering the makeup of Planet X in the future segments here. So this particular, so that's what the cover-up wanted to forward to the public mind, is the fear of a well, here it is here. This is ecology.com, clearly owned by the CIA. The planet's source of life, the Earth's greatest threat, the sun and its CMEs. Well, that's a plain out lie. The sun's been burning for billions of years. What now? In 2015, this suddenly becomes a threat? There's no evidence that the sun's ever been a threat to now. It's anyways, the stupidity of believing that is just it just amazes me. But if a person doesn't have the time to study and think about these things, they get influenced by this kind. This is what they want. Now, the thing is that this crop circle completely refutes that what they've been forwarding to the public for years. So this is just one of many, many articles about the updates of the solar flares and the material traveling going to be here from the sun. It's going to be here in a day, so look out. It's just disinformation. And this crop circle refutes it completely. And that was its purpose, why it was laid down in 2004. Now, when I first did my article on Planet X, my newsletters, I researched this. And I remember going to cropcircleconnector.com and reading about Woodbridge 2004, this crop circle, and it described, its usual on-the-ground images and several shots explaining what they had about Woodbridge 2004. Now, I think it was about 2012, 2011, I went back to find it at cropcircleconnector.com. It's gone. Go there yourself, cropcircleconnector.com. You won't find this crop circle in the history. So, what happened to it? Now, if you Google Woodbridge 2004 crop circle, as far as I know, but this has been happening now for years, about 2 or 3 years now, is that you only find this image on one of my websites and on ZetaTalk. But you can't find it anywhere on the internet. This is because of the power and the influence of the disinformation team. Is it anything that is so true as this is removed from the internet? They called cropcircleconnector.com and said, get that thing off the internet. Otherwise, right? And let's go back to this gentleman here, who's dead now, along with many other NASA scientists. They mean business. Okay? Disinformation team, they have a lot of power and a lot of influence. So this is the extent of the strength and the breadth and the depth and the reach of the disinformation that's been going for years now. So this is what I wanted to explain, is that when you do your research on Planet X, you're going to find a great deal of misinformation and disinformation seed. Now, that's where they take, well, this is a good example, this one here, this article here, this is May 2014. What disinformation seed is poisoned information, disinformation that's deposited in an article, but if the article itself has things that we know are true. Simple astrophysics that human science has determined. That the sun is, at a mean average of 93 million miles from Earth. They put that in there. Right? A picture of the Earth and the moon and the sun. Oh, this looks like it. Oh, this looks like it could be true because look, it's got these real things in there. And then they discuss all these other facts about hydrogen bombs and stuff like that, and the powerful CMEs that travel the distance from the sun to the Earth, and in a matter of whatever it is, a number of minutes or days. And the pictures that we see on the internet, they use that, right? Oh, this looks like it's true, and so they do all this, and so when you stop to think that the Earth has a magnetic field, and it absorbs and it protects Earth from the cosmic energy, the ultraviolet rays and all that. It protects Earth from the power of the sun. So the thing is that the disinformation seed in here is this: Earth's greatest threat. There's your seed right there. That's the disinformation seed. But the rest of it talks about, as I said, things that we can identify with and we know are true. So that's disinformation seed. So, and it takes many forms. So as I go through these series of videos about Planet X, you have to keep in mind that much of what you research out there is disinformation, altered scientific data, And it's so deep, you have to do your own thinking, which is why I started my Planet X newsletters in 2020. Actually, it was 2009 actually started. And now I have a new series out, the 2015 series. So that's why I started all this, is to help bring my opinions to the public in any way I can. So the next segment will be about the actual makeup of Planet X and what it looks like. And in my opinion, you can't see a pattern unless you know what's creating the pattern. So when you have an understanding of the forces involved with Planet X, then you can more easily understand what the effects of it and what we are now seeing, actually for many years now, on Earth. So that ends this segment. I hope it was helpful. Thank you for watching it.